So this is going to be a really quick tutorial on how to add music loops to your audio track in Soundtrap. So you can see on the screen here, I have my track. And the first thing that you want to do is come over to the top right where you see this blue crosshair thing. It's called Snap to Grid. You want to actually click that so it's off. You do not want that to be blue. The reason being is that if it's off, you will then have free reign over where you want to drag the playhead slider. Because if this is highlighted in blue, you can only move the slider to the numbered spaces. So again, you want to make sure that this is not blue. All right. So in order to put a loop, a music loop into your audio track, it's pretty easy. First of all, you want to make sure that the track is highlighted. See, now it is highlighted. Come over to Edit and Split. And now I need to see, okay, so here's my split. So I want to give myself a little space now between the two tracks that I have. In order to do that, I want to highlight one of the tracks. I'll highlight the second one. I want to make sure that I have the arrow icon. See, I have the arrow icon, not the slide or the adjust start icon. If I have the adjust start icon and I go to move it, actually what I'm doing is editing and cutting out some of the audio, right? Which you might not want to have that happen. So instead, you want to make sure you're on the arrow and then just simply slide. You can give yourself as much space as you need because you can always slide it back once you have the music loop in. To get the music loops, it's right here, loops. And you can see that there are going to be quite a number of different kinds of loops that you can use. I mean, so this is on specific instruments. Right now I'm on a bass. I can pick a guitar. I can pick drums. I can pick a rock guitar. I can pick a pop guitar. I can also come over if I want some EDM or just some beats. Here's my free beats. So let's say I want this electro funk beat for just a few seconds between the parts of my audio track. I simply drag it over, and you can see it will automatically put itself in the new track space, and there it is. So if this is going to be how I want it, I can then come back up to my audio track, my interview, and just drag that back and line it up. Now, of course, I can have it overlap if I want, but this is where, again, I want to just spend some time playing around and really listening to how it's going to sound the best. The other thing that you see that I am doing here is down at the bottom, there are two magnifying glasses, a plus and a minus. If I really am trying to get it finely tuned, it might be a help to focus in on the specific space. So I'm not actually making this longer. It's just that I am focusing in on it. I'm zooming in on it, right? So I can get it even more, as I say, more finely edited to exactly how I want it. The other thing to keep in mind is if you are going to overlap a little bit, and you want the audio to fade in or fade out, really easy. You just come up to the little white dot. You see there's a little white dot in both corners of the track. Come up to the little white dot and just simply drag. And you can see as you drag, part of this loses its color. So now it is faded out. So I didn't even really figure out where I put this. So I'm sure this is just going to break right into the middle of my interview subject talking. But let me just go ahead and play it, and we can hear how this sounds. So right away I can see that it's probably too long, it's probably too much. I don't need this much of an interlude.
But my path wasn't this straight path.
Okay, so you could hear that fade out. But in general, though, you get the point. There it is. That's all you need to do. And, if you want to just make sure it will autosave, but you can always save it yourself up here. You can add stuff to the beginning if you want, which if you want to add something to the beginning, if I zoom back out, I can just slide everything down. And if I want I can just drag this or put a new one right here at the beginning to have some kind of lead in. So in any case, like anything, the big part is just experimenting, playing around with this, have fun with it, see what you can create. Thanks.
I tell that to my students. Yeah. And yesterday,